Yeah.
Hi, this is Steve Mortensen with Miracle Comics. Today I'd like to, I'm going to open up this package I just got from CGC and discuss the book that's inside. CGC really packages their comics really well after that you've had them graded, so we're just going to crack this open with a box cutter. I know what book it is. I purchased it at an auction about 2 months ago, and I had it sent to CCS, which is CGC's restoration arm, and they do pressing. And so I had the book pressed, and then it was graded. The pressing cost me $60, and the grading cost me $60 because of the speed in which I wanted the book to come back, and also the value of the book. So CGC puts this, and it's nice and bubble wrapped. So the first thing I like to do when I get a book back, if I have multiple books that come back, I use this like a checklist. And since there's only one book, there's nothing to check off. So this is the other thing that I first like to do is after taking the cover off here is just inspect along the edges. Sometimes even with these newer cases, they can develop cracks in shipping, and that makes it really difficult to sell the book because people have to re-slab it, and it's kind of a pain. This looks clean. This is Doc Savage Comics number 10, 1942. Very rare comic. There's 4 known copies on the CGC census right now. This is the 5th known copy, and on top of that, what I'm most excited about is this a 9.2, and it's the highest graded copy. Other issues of Doc Savage Comics, there's a number of mile-high copies that graded in the 9.0 range, and very few have graded above 9.0. So this book, when I bought it at auction, I bought it ungraded, of course. It had a little warping, and it had a little bit of a spine roll to it, so I knew it needed pressing. So I know a lot of collectors out there are doing their own pressing, and I think that's cool. But it's kind of like, I look at the analogy of like washing your car. You know, it's kind of nice to wash your own car and save the money, but when you really want to get it detailed, it's sometimes best to go to a professional. And especially with a more expensive book, I trust CCS, and they do a really nice job, and it's also very seamless because the book goes from CCS directly to CGC for pressing, and their new online system for submitting I really think is great. So Doc Savage, there's a new movie that's going to be coming out pretty soon with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's going to play Doc Savage, so many of you might know Doc Savage. He's sort of a, I had heard one person describe him as a Tarzan and Sherlock Holmes put together, but he's kind of almost like a Caucasian version of Luke Cage, but also, you know, he solves mysteries. And he first came out in the 1930s as a pulp character before comics. I particularly like this cover a lot. I love skull covers. It has a lot of eye appeal. It's in all, I'm very pleased with how it graded, and not sure yet when I'm going to put this up for sale. We have a number